Welcome back to the FACEIT Ignite Halo European Open, where now we are delving into our final games of the day to see who is going to be heading to Championship Sunday. We have got a whole load of teams who are going to be battling out to make sure they make it into that top 12. But if you guys at home have been watching and noticing the lovely Astro headsets that all the players have been using on stream, make sure you click the link below and enter our Astro giveaway. We have got 2 sets of Astro A40TRs to give away and 2 Astro mix amps as well, which is pretty spectacular, so make sure you are entering that. But guys, we have got a lot to talk about. Still got a few places left for those final teams who are going to be qualifying for tomorrow. Who have you got your eye on?
It's quite a difficult one because with this next matchup, you know, I spoke about before with one of the Scandinavian teams there. They should, I did predict about the top 8 kind of area. In some scrims, I've seen them do very, very well considering the circumstances. But we'll have to see how they actually crack on because Zarek and the guys didn't really have a strong showing in their first match earlier today.
Yeah, there's several different teams that are kind of in that second, third place that have the possibility to still go through to tomorrow. And honestly, it's hard to call in so many of the groups. I want to see how Tea and Crumpets do in particular, the North American guys coming over. So still lots to play for. There
is especially a lot to play for. But we're going to take a look at some of our highlights from our last match because we saw Aspire making it into tomorrow's Championship Sunday, which is pretty exciting because we were talking about them before they were coming in. They didn't qualify through the EU qualifier. They came here anyway, and now they're really showing us what they're made of.
Definitely, you even saw from then as well, they had a bit of a slow start in the Guardian Ball. It was a lot closer than I expected, since considering it's one of the game types I thought maybe they're strongest, but might have to fall back on that. Maybe there's a little bit of laziness, maybe they just made the assumption that it's all going to be perfectly fine, and maybe underestimated them a little bit more. But you even saw on maps like AmpTS, the reactions were still on par. They seem to be very strong, especially with their slaying. But like I mentioned earlier, before we actually even started, they've got a wealth of knowledge, and I'm sure we'll be able to show that as we go into tomorrow's games.
Definitely. I mean, Dan, you were casting that matchup. What were you making of that? Wait, were you
yeah, I was.
Yes, I was going to say, oh no.
Got him.
I've already messed up the casters once today. Don't do that to me again.
Yeah, I was, and I think as me and Mark alluded to during the cast, not the best of games for Aspire, but they still were able to pick up the victory. And Jimbo said in the interview afterwards as well, he said, we didn't really play that well, but we were able to get the victory. Still a lot to learn going into tomorrow. And tomorrow are the big boy games, as 2Foxy has tweeted out, and quite rightly so. These were just the warm-up games. They are expected to go through. They should be in Championship Sunday. They should be in the later stages. They should be getting to the semi-finals, if not the finals. But we're going to see when it comes down to those big boy games, are they going to be able to perform a little bit better than they did in that one?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, Back to Classic made it through anyway because they got they got the bye from that group. So we are just looking for the final 3 spots, I believe, for tomorrow's 12-team bracket. But yeah, you were talking about Aspire, or you were talking more about the fact that these games are kind of more warm-up games, right? Do you think maybe that's why we saw Aspire have a couple of slow starts on these games?
Yeah, I think so. I argued that I think they were playing at like 75%, and Mark said, well, why aren't they playing at 110%? And I was like, well, don't ask me, go and ask them. That's the question for them. But I think when you're in this kind of situation, you're going against a team you know you should be beating. Sometimes you don't give it your all. Even if you tried to give it your all, you're still not actually giving your all. It sounds weird, but it does work out like that. I mean, you'll know, you used to compete against me, and I didn't give my all against you, did I?
No, I didn't. I'm joking. I used about 10% on Dan before I think anything. But no, you're absolutely right. It's very difficult because even when you try and physically and mentally try and push yourself to use it 100%, you can't. There's only so much you can do. You can have, you know, the perfect aim in the world. You can try and put as much strats into it as you can, but sometimes it's not as effective as you want it to be until it's against a top-tier team.
Right, exactly. We're going to be heading into our round 4 matchup. So our next matchup is going to be Revive versus Phelan, and then we're going to treat you to another one after that. It's going to be Stush versus Dominica. But let's talk about these 2 teams coming head-to-head here. They're both 2-1 at the moment, so whoever wins this is going to be going through to tomorrow.
Yeah, this is going to be a very good one, I think. I think even with Revive Gaming, I did say they should go around the top 8, top 6 kind of area. And even when I saw a scrim between Revive Nation and Lucendi Gaming, Revive Gaming were actually taking quite a lot of games. I don't know if they actually won the scrim against them, but it was very, very close considering the circumstances. But it was an online environment with the Scandinavian players. They're known to be very, very good. It's one of their kind of playgrounds compared to what we play on. But with Phelan Gaming, again, it's another toss on the coin. At the start of the day, I thought they would play a lot better. They are quite well structured as well, but I think Revive Gaming may be a little bit too much for them.
Yeah, and we're going to take a look at our maps for the series. Obviously, we're coming into the round 4 now, so we are switching things up a little bit, as you can see on screen there. What do you think these differences are going to mean for these teams? Because they've obviously gone through every single round. They've got to the 2-1 stage now. Who do you think is going to be pulling out ahead?
I was somewhat disappointed with Phelan's opening game against Endangered Esports. They didn't perform to the expectations, I would say, but they've been improved as they've gone through the tournament. So they've warmed up a little bit. What scares me about that particular map layout, though, is Amplified Slayer as game number 5. Because when you get to 2-2, if we do get to a game 5, that is not the game 5 that anyone wants to be playing, because it is terrifying. Even if you are the best team in the world, you could be going up against anyone and they have a chance on MTS. I don't know what it is about Amplified Slayer, but it just seems to be that game 5 that just messes everyone up.
Yeah, apart from game 5, I feel like a lot of these game types do favour Revive Nation from what I've seen and played against in the past, especially over the last few weeks. I think it's got to the point where pick your poison, really, because all those game types do favour them, apart from that Amplified TS. Like you mentioned before, it's basically roll a dice and whatever happens, happens. It's really difficult to kind of estimate exactly what will happen. More based on reaction speed, game sense doesn't really come up too much into it either. You just got to be careful you don't get caught off by any of the weird grids and anything spawns in, because, for example, sometimes you could be top red or top red tower, and then they'll spawn right next to you and expect to be there straight away on death screen. It's very situational. There's so many scenarios in that map.
Because obviously we saw that in the last series that you were casting. Did you feel like that kind of came out to play at all with Aspire?
I think Aspire were pretty much on top of everything. They know the randomness that could be implemented from some of those spawns, and they seem to put themselves in those situations where they weren't going to be punished by that happening. I think that you just have to run around and enjoy Amplified. It sounds quite odd, but you can just, as long as you're shooting everything and you're communicating, you're calling things out, you can put yourself in a decent position, get a 10 kill lead, and then you should be in a state to actually go on and win. If you find yourself 10 kills behind, that's when things start to get difficult.
Yeah, I think the only thing I could maybe say for Phelan is the fact that the last time they played AmpTS against Endangered Esports earlier, they did have 52 assists, so it shows their teamwork is there. But then again, it's such an open map, you can't really not get at least 44, 45 assists in a 50 kill game. But we'll have to see what they can do here. It's not exactly Endangered Esports, this is Revive Nation, a much stronger team. So we've even get to the 50 mark, we've even get to map 5. That's the question we've got to ask now.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think they need to do to take it all the way and potentially get it to map 5?
They need to get out of the gate strong straight away. It's Heretic CTF, you know, they're more than ready to actually try and go up for the challenge. They've all played at least 10 games by now, absolute minimum. So they're warm, they've got no excuses, but we'll have to see what they can do, because I know with a lot of Scandinavian teams in the past, especially Revive Nation, they do get away with a lot of different situations, especially online. But I want to see if they can actually get away with some of those moments. For example, it's quite easy to like abuse P3, especially with the netcode of Halo 3. It's quite hard to get them off in an online environment, but offline it's very easy. It's a lot quicker than people expect. So I want to see the outcome of the positions and how they actually execute going for the caps, and hopefully they do continue to take it carbine and not P1.
Well, let's get into our predictions, Dan. I'm going to start off with you. Who are you predicting to win, and what scoreline do you think it's going to be?
I feel like I've gone along with Harry every time. I think I'm going to go against you for a little bit of banter.
Ooh,
I'm going to
go.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Phelan Gaming. I think that
Okay.
they're going to win 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
So a series that goes all the way.
AmpTS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, like I said, for Phelan were quite good at it last time. I'm going to go against him. I'm going to say it's going to be Revive Nation 3-1 or 3-2.
Are there any particular players you're going to be looking out for on the Phelan side?
The two Zs, Zoc and Zoak, they performed pretty well earlier, and I'm interested to see how they'll do later on in the day.
And anybody for you, Harry?
Revive Nation, I want to see how MC versus Arbiter actually does, because I've not seen him play offline properly, and I've not seen, well, I've seen a lot of Beatley in the past, but I want to see how he does on Halo 3.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we can see the teams getting ready, getting warmed up there. We're into the final matches of the day, which I think is pretty exciting, because you feel that anticipation coming up. The atmosphere is still here, still going strong. We were just before we went live. A lot of teams shouting, a lot of teams screaming. It's a very pumped environment, right?
It is, because everyone wants to get into that Championship Sunday as well. I mean, for a lot of these teams, they may not have had the opportunity to be in Championship Sunday before. Sometimes it's a 3-day event and you find yourselves out by Saturday or out even by Friday. But then going into Sunday, I mean, you're in with the big boys. You're in that Championship bracket. Even if you're in the losers bracket, that's fine. You still got the opportunity to make that run. And I think that's why there's a little bit of a buzz for some of these teams who haven't had the opportunity before. Well,
we're going to have the opportunity to chat with our casters. Let's throw it over and hear exactly what predictions they have in store for us.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how are you doing, guys?
Hola. Very well, very well. We've been waiting to join you.
Well, we've got the opportunity now.
We're in the pre-game lobby.
It's true. We're ready to go.
Now we're ready.
Tom, predictions. What are you thinking about this series?
Well, I haven't seen the other team play, so I'm gonna have to go with Phelan because they were playing pretty solid when we were casting them before. In terms of standout players on this team, I believe I saw some familiar names pop up over and over again, but it's really hard to see because the text is so small. But Shady's stood out for sure. His shot was really, really smooth. And I was talking to a couple of the guys downstairs. O'Neal, yep, O'Neal, he got an overkill. He was solid. And I was talking to them downstairs, and they said that they're really focusing on communication more than anything and staying alive an extra second. And that's so huge in Halo 3 and really in any Halo game in general. If you can just buy time for your teammates, you're going to end up making some really good things happen across the map.
Okay, so you went with?
I'm going with Phelan.
You're going with Phelan? Okay. Do you know who I'm going with?
You're probably going to try to butt heads against me, aren't you?
Goddamn right I am. That's exactly what's happening right now. Yeah, that's what's happening.
We've got
so we're split
two
down the
split
middle.
desks. Well, thank you, gentlemen, very much for that. And we're going to let you get over into this game.
Thank you, Freya. She's been physically assaulted by T2. I didn't think that would happen, but anyway, it's a pleasure to have you here,
I just don't want to go
It's
back.
Really
I just don't want to go back to the big house, you know? Please don't.
We worried about you earlier.
Don't press charges.
We worried about you. We're like, where's Tom?
I'm back.
And it was like, oh no,
back.
you're not back behind bars, but you sort that out.
Yeah,
you got
no.
that cool.
I'm good.
We're good. All right, let's get into this next game. Then I'm looking forward to obviously Revive Nation against Phelan. Phelan were pretty impressive earlier. We had some pretty impressive moments from a number of players who were involved in that, and obviously the opportunity to make it through to Sunday is the name of the game for both of these teams now. So a huge series with big implications for both of them as well.
Yeah, I believe they played Endangered, if my mind serves me correctly. You know, I'm getting old, so it's hard to tell. But one of the guys that really impressed me again, I like how Zoek was playing. He was solid. He had a great interview too. So I'm looking at O'Neal. I'm looking at Shady. These were the two guys that really stood out to me. The shots, the teamwork was great. The map movement, though, is really what stood out for me for O'Neal. So we'll see what happens. You do have a nice flank coming in on the side. Two people going to be taken out. That's going to be O'Neal's down, Zoak's down. Shady's going to drop as well. So that's 3 dead. Last guy alive underneath the base. He's going to try to make a play. I like the grenade. That at least forces them on over towards car 3, but they have to rotate out of pink 1. They're already watching that on the side of Revive. So really nice flag run right here. You can see the body language coming in as he's running the flag. He really wants to get that flag in, and he's going to do it.
There you go, 1-0 then to Revive Nation. A great start from them. The Warrior O'Neal is going to be caught out. P2 here does manage to stay alive, but only momentarily. Actually managed to extend his death for just a few more seconds, and sometimes that can be absolutely vital, those few seconds. But look at this car push coming in here. All players drop. They're running it car, and they've got them trapped under the base as well. This could be the second flag on the board almost immediately, Tom.
I just want a full screen of this guy's webcam right here because he is so into the game. Revive Nation about to go up 2-0, and I love how they're checking the spawns. It's so crucial for running these flags back. Flag does drop, though. 2 people are going to be taken down. Last player alive is going to have a one-on-one inside the base. Oh, not going to get that one. Flag does get returned. Spoked a little too soon, and now the counter cap running car side.
Well, this was the man you were talking about who seems to have won that big 1v1, but one player's managed to get a little bit sneaky, and he's managed to get the return as well. So 2 big returns coming in here from both sides, one from the red team, one from the blue. And when all said is done, it's still just the 1 flag on the board here for Revive Nation.
Intense first 2 minutes to this game. Could be 2-1, could be 2-0. Now they're running another flag. Beatley going to be pushing this one car side. We've seen so many car flag runs throughout our time here today, and why not? It's definitely the safest route. You don't have to worry about those pink 1 spawns. You can trap people on over towards the car side. However, you do have to get P3 or at least lay down some pressure from your base. Smart play to toss that flag to your teammate right there. Now they go up 2-0. 2 minutes, 20 seconds into this one. Beatley pushing on over towards the car side. Sees Warrior O'Neal over towards the window. Couple shots there, couple shots here towards the car side. Another one pushing up. Great job just locking onto his targets and prioritizing kills right there. O'Neal wins a huge 1v1 against Prophet there. If he ends up going down, that's 3 dead in a 4-on-1 situation for his teammate who was the last guy alive. So great job there by Warrior O'Neal. Doesn't really show up that much in the stat line, but possibly saving a flag cap here with a couple of string 3 kills together right there as the last guy alive. Fantastic job by him.
Just wanted to delay that push a little bit more because it was such a strong push once again on the car side. You can really see here what the guys on Revive Nation are trying to put the pressure down on that car side. And again, this time, it's Upto who manages to pick up 1 himself and pick up a double. And now he's going to create that opening once again. Another player is there. Prophet's here for an assistant. Shady's really the only player potentially who might be in position. But again, that little delay, that little double back that he's caused these players to have means that they've got to now fight again, get these kills before they can think about rallying that one home.
I liked how they had one player located over towards P3 to watch the P side, but they just didn't have enough firepower on the car side for the way that they were running that flag. So that one's going to get stopped there by Phelan, and now 2 players on over towards the car side. They're trying to figure out exactly how they want to approach the situation, because you don't want to leave your base open, but at the same time, you have to get aggressive and start running the flag, but you don't have the numbers to do so. So they're just trying to lay down some damage right now. Tons of nades coming in. Fortunately for him, none of those are going to insta-explode in towards his face. Really like this play by Arbiter, jumping over towards the window and then just dropping right back down as he's just trying to distract these guys inside the base. Beatley, he's sitting top center, doesn't realize he's getting just destroyed by Warrior O'Neal, who's made his way over towards the car side of the enemy base. And there it is, Warrior O'Neal again playing sneaky. If he can get these kills on the car side of the base, that should be big. You see Warrior O'Neal again coming in over towards the bubble. Huge 1v1 against the guy over towards the toilet area. Beatley gonna come back though. Nice bait and switch. Not sure who he was fighting while he was doing so, but just heads up plays from both of these teams. Really, everyone doing their job, running the flag, getting in there, not overextending, and pretty well played Heretics CTF so far.
Yeah, doing a really good job here of both fighting for control of that car side of the map as well. You're going to see MC versus Arbiter now moving towards P2, picking up a fairly simple beatdown on that player who's just crouching in the corner, and after one he comes in and he makes it 2, and now the opportunity to make it a 3rd. Does come in, doesn't get the triple, but that's going to be a huge opportunity now for them to move yet another flag across the map. They do so, 3 to the good, 3-0 up.
He's in position to toss another one. He has a couple players on top of the base, so he has to back down another player over towards P1. So unfortunately for him, wasn't able to get that flagpole outside of the window. Doesn't seem like it's been a 3-0. I mean, we've seen Revive Nation miss one flag cap. It could be 4-0. And Phelan, they've been playing fairly solid. It's just they're not able to get map control. Too many players pushing on over towards the car side, and they end up in these situations where it's a 2-on-3 or a 4-on-2, and that's just a great job by Revive getting the slays. When it's all said and done and we look at this stat page, we're going to definitely see a couple of players end up going huge. Not sure who's popping out the most, but one thing's for sure, the teamwork's been there, right there for Revive Nation. They've been on top of every single situation except for the one flag that got returned.
One thing that's been impressive me as well is just the positioning of a lot of the Revive Nation players around that car side as well, making themselves difficult kills while putting those shots down and really trapping a lot of the time. Phelan Gaming in the base, but as we say that, Phelan Gaming has said, yeah, we're struggling on the car side to win those battles, so we're going to go P side. And Warrior O'Neal once again is looking to pick up these slays. He finds 2. Is his teammate in position to run that flag back? It looks like he might be able to get this one back to the base, and again, after some heavy lifting performed there by the Warrior O'Neal on the slaying side, the teammates keep an eye on that objective, move that flag back, and that's their first one on the board.
You'll notice that Revive, well, first of all, great flag cap there by Phelan, but Revive did a great job as well by not giving up too much map control after they do give that flag capture up. Just take it, say, hey, just take that flag, go ahead. You guys can have that one. We already have 3 on the board. You can get your first there. We're going to go and try to keep map control. And without doing so, they wouldn't be able to run this flag and be in the position. So the flag does get pulled at their base. It looks like someone is going to toss that one out. It's going to be Shady's. Not sure who's going to be on the return quite yet, but it looks like they're already popping on that one. And again, that's just because they took their time. They didn't overextend once that flag got pulled. They gave up the flag cap over to Phelan, regained map control, got towards the car side, and they got rewarded big time for it.
Good discipline there from the guys on Revive Nation as well, understanding the situation of the game, understanding the principles of capturing the flag. Sometimes letting that one flag go, as you say, is not the worst decision in the world, because it can quite easily on a map like Heretic turn into 2. And then you got Profit taking on Zoe. Some team help comes in, and that's going to be a fresh 4 dead. Still 4 dead here. The flag is already moving on the car side of the base. And Tom, this looks like it could well be the end of the game, barring a huge play from one of the players here on Phelan Gaming. Do get the flag down. Zoe's there. Can he get the return? No, here comes Profit. He picks it up, and that will be the 5th flag on the board.
That was an intense way to end that one. Thought the flag was going to get returned. As you said, someone had to clutch it. Not feeling too good after that game, unfortunately. They did have a couple flag returns in their favor, but just complete map control on over to Revive, and there's not much that you can do when you're on spawn there having a desperate towards that final flag. And you can see these guys not too happy with that one. They're going to try to bounce back here, and overall I don't think they got outslayed too heavily. I mean, you could see it wasn't that bad. For 5-1 it could have been a lot worse, but overall, you see O'Neal, he did have a nice positive stat line of 17-16, 20-9 for Arbiter, who was playing fantastic, 16 assists as well, really aggressive inside of their base. just overall solid play from both
you
of
look
these
at those
teams.
Statistics, you'd take that every single time, wouldn't you, on Heretic?
Oh, totally.
A lot of assists, a lot of kills, keeping those death lows as well. I mean, that shows that, you know, they're prioritizing the kills in the right places as well. It's not just a case of, you know, someone going huge. It's everybody chipping in here for the guys on Revive Nation, which turns into that win. But they were objectively efficient as well. We have to say, once they got those kills, it wasn't a case of just sitting about and not moving in and being aggressive. They did get into the base and obviously converted those flag caps. Just one or two that kind of slipped through the netting a little bit, but sometimes that can happen.
No doubt. And it's, you know, cross-map nades, other players making smart decisions, maybe a little lapse of communication, because the thing that I was impressed with the most was their spawn awareness. They were able to secure these flag captures by just coming back, escorting the flag, and you saw at that final flag capture, there was all 4 dead. They were all in position. One guy was sitting car side, one guy was sitting P side. Yes, they did get a kill on the flag guy, but they were still in position to be close enough to the flag guy where they can, it's only 3 seconds before that flag gets returned. It could be even shorter than that. So the fact that they were able to grab that and be within the vicinity is huge for them. And that's what you need to do on that last flag capture. The kills don't matter. As you see Arbiter with the clean and crispy shots, he was just shooting, hoping someone else would challenge him as he could potentially get back-to-back double kills. But he was just in the right place at the right time and was hitting all of his shots. This was a nasty 2-shot beatdown by O'Neal. Unfortunately for him, he didn't realize the player was located right over towards the window and ends up taking him out there. But every single time that you started to get momentum on the Phelan side, it just got taken right back by Revive. And I just go back to that flag capture that they actually did get, and there was no panic at all by Revive. They just said, hey guys, that's yours, fine, take it. We're gonna bounce right back. We're gonna get over towards car side. We're gonna get over towards P side. And the smile's starting to flow. O'Neal trying to cheer his team up, and that's the attitude you have to have coming into this game too.
Yep. Back to the drawing board then for the guys on Phelan Gaming. 1-0 down in the series, and we're going to start this one off with the man who had an electric game number 1, 20-9, his stat line. Lovely way to start things off. It's going to be Hercules here who picks up the sniper rifle here for Revive Nation, trying to keep an eye and see if we can see anyone who's got it on the other side of things. And I think a headshot has just been hit. It's going to be Warrior O'Neal. No surprise there, to be honest with you. He's picking up that power weapon off the start, and a perfect way to start. 2 bullets gone, 1 headshot in the back already.
So again, we're gonna look at Warrior O'Neal as he's so close to taking down the rocket guy. No, that would have been a huge kill. Now that rocket player has no shields down towards the power up, and what's really just sucks in general for the guys on Phelan is that this guy lives, and now everybody spawns backstage. And yeah, Warrior O'Neal picking up a couple of kills, 2 kills right there with the sniper rifle. None of his teammates are going to be able to advance towards top center quite yet, and that's what you need right now. If you're feeling these kills, they matter because it's Slayer and things like that, but you're positioning and setting yourself up for success for the next round of kills, for the next spawn that pops up is really what matters, because now you have to deal with a rocket guy, now you have another guy that's sniping over towards top center. Killing spree is huge, but 5 out of his team's 6 kills, he just needs a little bit more help from the guys, but they don't have any type of weapons, they don't have any type of positioning, and that's just unfortunate for their team.
It's going to be tough there. Warrior O'Neal maybe could have hit some body shots to give his teammates, you know, some sort of opportunity to push up the map. But as you're saying, Tom, they really didn't have advantages as far as positioning, etc. was concerned, with Hercules looking over them like a hawk at the moment and winning that sniper battle. You can see it's reflected in the score, but having got back for his sniper rifle now, finally you're starting to see a little bit of life here from Phelan Gaming. 1 bullet left in the chamber to work with. Nothing else popping too quickly at the moment, so after this shot will be taken,
he's nasty.
It's going to be back to the BR. And as you say, Beatley, he felt that one.
Nasty, but the problem is no one's pushing over towards top center right now, and everyone needs to be flying after that kill. You have numbers. The key about top center is there's a couple of pieces. One, you're forcing the enemy team inside of their base, which pushes you towards their base, and that's what you want to do. You want to try to get into their lobby and control the pockets. And then 2, you also spawn your teammates up top, and that's the other big part of this is you can see if they all just kind of flirt around this area and kind of just stay top center and don't force themselves outside of this area, they're going to constantly be top center. But if someone drops down, just as you saw Shady's do right there, because Arbiter comes in with the kill and goes for the sniper rifle, or if you see O'Neal maybe grab the sniper and go over towards the backstage, and that's not what O'Neal does. So smart heads up play here by O'Neal, recognizing the situation. Doesn't have to go back to kill this guy, but he's just going to go check his back really quick, make sure he's not flanking. Once that's clear, he's most likely going to rotate. So maybe I would love to see him go up into the stage, but wow, Prophet jumps up onto the ledge. Nobody was expecting that, definitely not O'Neal, and now they have 2 snipers. Arbiter with a fantastic stat line from the previous game, and I feel like he should always have a fan blowing at all times in his face.
Yeah, I feel like that should be constantly in slow motion, that player count. And it's actually, they momentarily had their Revive Nation, 2 sniper rifles and the rocket launcher, but a big kill's come in here that has managed to at least turn those over, and here comes the airstrike, Tom. Player on the Mohawk, not where you want to be. Can he connect? Oh, he can't connect with either of those rockets. Now Prophet should have a fairly comfortable job of just taking him down. And little plays like that, you get one of those rockets right, you connect where you wanted to. All of a sudden, you do open up one of those passages towards top center and towards your opponent's base. And Prophet here whipping one back towards top middle. And
double snipers.
29 to 21 now, and you can see just with those sniper rifles and those little bit of power weapon control, how this can really turn around quickly.
Nice headshot right there. Arbiter going off. One more bullet here with the 9-kill lead. Not sure if he landed that one on the Shady's way. Shady's backed up. It seems like that actually connected. So great quick scope right there. You hear the man cannon going across. One more bullet there. That's going to connect on Warrior O'Neal. Arbiter going to be rewarded with that kill as Prophet taking him down to no shields. And you hear another man cannon. That's not a dead body. That's an actual person just going back and forth trying to distract. They need to do something here because they're not pushing and getting into the base right now of Revive Nation, and that's the key to this. So they're going to have to get something going with the 952 sniper rifle that's going to be dropping here pretty shortly. Maybe get that in O'Neal's hands, try to get him on over towards top center. Nice shots as he man cannons over, lands right on the power up, flanks on over, and he's a nuisance right now. If he can stay alive on this side of the map with the enemy sniper rifle coming up, that's going to be very hard to deal with. Goes and ends up coming back to his base. Not really the play. He's just trying to hunt down O'Neal, which it's not really necessary in my opinion. You already have so many people at your base, they were going to find him, but if you want to prioritize O'Neal, who seems to be the best player on Phelan, it's not a bad idea just to try to shut him down and call him out specifically.
Well, there is that new sniper rifle. Surprise, surprise, who's got it on the other side of things? It is going to be the Warrior O'Neal, and he's got it in his hands, and he's going to need to hit some shots here to drag his team back not only into this game, but potentially into the series as well. Already one down after that first game, 5-1 Heretic flag. And Shady's being a pain now. They've got the opportunity to push top mid and get up top. You can see Zoic and Shady doing a great job, and I want to see Warrior O'Neal really get aggressive here, and they have the chance here if they can hit some shots to maybe pull this back, but a kill there down low is going to force him to back up. Does get the kill with the grenade now and still has bullets to work with. Can he find this sniper though? There is a sniper on the opposition side of the map.
I believe that's Prophet with the sniper on Revive Nation. So a snipe battle going on between O'Neal and Prophet as Shady finds one on a Hercules. And I just want to point out how important of a kill that Arbiter got before he ended up going down. If he's able to, if the guys on Phelan are able to stay alive right there, and another huge kill from Arbiter, so you're really seeing him starting to shine here. It's a team effort for sure, but another clutch kill coming in for Arbiter. That's 2 back-to-back kills off of his spawn.
And some of those things as well that we're maybe not highlighted as well is the fact that he's doing this without power weapons a lot of the time. He's managing to get those kills with grenades and BRs, and if he can do that without a power weapon, open up the map for someone like Prophet to then take those angles, well, you're going to have a pretty good time. And Shady's taken down to no shield, but managed to hit some shots on his way across the man cannon. And now you can see Prophet coming under pressure himself, but great awareness there to 180, spin around like a top. Not only that, locate his reticle straight onto the head of that player.
I believe we saw Arbiter toss the rockets off, which again, another heads-up play by the guys on Revive Nation. That's a huge win condition for Phelan, is to try to get the sniper rifles, try to get top center, and try to get those rockets, because there's only 4 more kills there by the time Revive's able to push this one to 2-0. So I really like that play. There's no reason not to do that one. Very unselfish play coming out from Revive Nation. Now Prophet trying to cover his teammates, and you'll see Prophet's not going to be the first one to push up. He's going to let his boys go and do the work, distract. He's going to be the guy that kind of cleans up with the BR, or maybe pushes on over towards top center with the sniper rifle, but you'll never see him be the first person to advance.
Well, just to pick up the kill there, does get taken down with the stick, but that might be enough at this point. 49 to 41. One more kill to go here for Revive Nation to go up 2-0 in the series. And this man has been absolutely superb so far as his Halo gameplay has been concerned. Can he find another big kill with that battle rifle to close things out? Player was down R2 here, and you can see desperately here Phelan Gaming trying to back up, trying to stay alive. A sniper rifle is in the hands of Beatley here, and you just saw a little poke around the corner, a little peekaboo from that player down on the sniper with 1 kill to go. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be enough. And Revive Nation got up by 2.
Such great discipline towards the tail end of that game. I mean, Arbiter could have easily over-challenged and got cocky on those guys and been like, hey, you guys need 9 kills, we only need 1, I'm going to jump out towards you. But he realizes the situation. There's no reason for him to over-challenge there. He doesn't have to charge into the lobby. You have 2 sniper rifles on your team. Let them get the last kill. Think of it as a 49-49 situation. I mean, this is the tournament. Every kill matters. Every death matters. Got to play smart. And O'Neal just sitting there trying to laugh it off. The rest of the guys probably not too happy with the way this series is going out. They definitely could be playing a little bit better, but hey, this game seemed to pan out a lot better for them on this half as Prophet 17-4. You look at the rest of his team, they had some pretty solid stats as well. 16 assists coming out from Hercules.
24 engagements that he's been part of there in that game. 8 kills, 16 assists, and with only 50 kills on the map, that shows that he was doing it all.
Yeah, he was really in there, and a couple grenade kills to boot as well. So on the other side, I mean, you just gotta, you know, try not to get too flustered from the fact that you're down 2-0, because these games weren't out of hand by any means. They definitely could have won either one. It's just that they're being outmatched in terms of teamwork. You're seeing, again, great patience coming out from these guys, great awareness, things that, you know, pro teams do, things that aren't very easy to do. It's easy to get cocky and try to charge for that last kill. It's easy to, you know, see that they're running the flag and overextend, but they're just playing it smart and playing it methodical, and you can see that in the way that they're just moving around the map. Arbiter had so many clutch kills without weapons. Prophet got the weapons and went huge with them. They prioritized on taking O'Neal out of the game. They even all came back to their base just to take out O'Neal as he was flanking over towards the sniper side, and why not? I mean, he had 5 of the team's 6 kills at one point, and he's single-handedly keeping them into this game right now with the sprees that he was going on early on, but it's just not going to be enough. Other people are going to have to step up. You're going to have just more cohesion as a team, and you're going to have to just control the weapons better. I'm curious to see the map layout again, the series layout, so we can see what Game 3 was, because they have a really solid foundation for controlling the weapons. It's just that they're not able to do it because the pressure from Revive has been so strong.
I think one thing that impressed me as well, you talk about pressure from Revive, their ability to recognize when they have those advantages on the map has been something that's been impressive to me. Once they get that initial kill in the team fight, no second guessing. They're holding forward, they're looking to put pressure onto their opponents. Also doing a great job as well of controlling power weapons, both sniper rifle and rockets. We saw it in their hands quite a lot of the time. There was that one occasion on Narrows we saw them with both sniper rifles and rockets, and sometimes that can be difficult to do, to make sure that you get over the map at a certain point and get hold of your enemy sniper rifle as well as your own. Can be a tough task, but they managed to pull it off here. Now, can they pull off the 3-0 sweep? No surprise here to see Revive Nation picking up the sniper rifle straight away. Prophet has it in his hands. Phelan Gaming, though, getting hold of the rockets to kick things off.
This is great news here for Phelan Gaming to get the rockets to start. Now all they have to do is find out where Prophet relocated with that sniper rifle, and there he is. He's bottom center, so the rocket going to connect, takes him down to no shields. Prophet does get the snipe on the guy that's in the hill, but you already have a rotation into the hill yourself, so here's the drop down with the rockets, and he needs to just get back up top immediately. You do have this player in the hill. I do like this play. Take that player out, but again, we talked about this Onset. You could still get that same angle by staying R1. So he drops down, ends up being taken out, could have stayed R1, switched to his BR, spawned his teammates on over towards the lobby. Instead, it seems like they're a little too panicked to try to make something happen, and that's not what you want to do here. You want to go and play this smart and methodical, just like Revive has been playing the first 2 games. So you're down 18-4 here, but there's not much panic. There's still a minute left on this hill. You still have top center control. Everyone's in a good spot right now, so just play the numbers and then start getting the hill, and that's exactly what they're doing. 2 dead here. Hercules accidentally falls, but they do have someone in the hill, so he could just sit there and work with this player, and everything's fine.
King of the Hill construct, certainly a marathon, not a sprint, so you can afford to take that little bit of extra time to make sure you're giving yourself the opportunity to really lock down a setup here. We're going to see kills traded across the board here. Zook with the sniper rifle in his hands. Pretty much tied up at the moment, as we are going to see that hill moving in around 20 seconds. And not only that, of course, we're going to see the custom power-up pop in as well. But look at the pressure coming in for a Revive Nation there. They realized they had a couple dead, and they realized where that sniper rifle was. And they also realized very, very quickly how important it is to get it out of their hands.
Big moment here as the hill's moving and custom power-up is coming up. You do have them dropping down with a sniper rifle here, a grenade. Not sure if that one's going to land or if a player was sitting in the corner there. You see O'Neal going for that custom. Beatley, though, throughout all of that, the grenade didn't connect. So something as small as that makes a huge difference. Just misplacing that grenade or not going down there and shooting that player. Now, I do like this angle to try to get the player out of the hill, but the problem is you're spawning your entire team down there, and now everyone's going to realize that you're forced on over towards gold. So if a grenade comes in, and there it is, a couple grenades on over towards the back ramp, somehow Shadys is able to get a kill. O'Neal gets a trade there with Arbiter. That's going to be big, but Hercules, he's in position top gold. Now you're going to have to fight him when you come up there. Nice grenade, takes him down to no shields. Hercules, another grenade, and just a dirty play from Hercules.
You saw the little Melanape celebration there as well. We love it. We know it so well. And he's going to continue his little run here. Shadys is going to come up and try and take him down. But so difficult to do when a man has just picked up a couple of kills back to back. You start feeling a little bit hot. You start feeling yourself. And all of a sudden, the score starts to reflect like that as well. 54 points on the board and climbing here for Revive Nation. Sniper rifle in the hands of Beatley as well. And you can see the prizes in front of him, and his teammate has managed to pick them up. All the toys now in the hands of Revive Nation, and the toys should turn into time.
Prophet, again, doing a great job of controlling the power weapons for Revive Nation. Rory O'Neal finds a sniper rifle. He's going to be going over towards the open side. Beatley's waiting for him patiently, and that's what we're talking about with that high sense. You can make little plays like that, dodge your head down, but yet immediately decide that you want to come back and double back there. So he's going to focus on over towards the closed side in the lobby. Probably a couple players on over towards the sword, but 70 to 18. I don't believe that they've even put a second on the board since that bottom center hill that they had the lead with. So a great job by Revive just turning this game right back around. They did it again, just like how they played Heretic. They just never panicked. They waited for their opportunity to strike. They got the weapons. They got control of the map, and they're slowly but surely just watching Phelan make mistakes. And if you can play Halo like that and wait for the other team to make the mistake, that's huge. Just in case everyone was wondering, Jeremiah's online.
He's here if anyone wants to play. The Prophet wants to play. He jumps up a little bit. Overzealous there. Comes up the lift with the overshield, with the rocket launcher, and they decided to prioritize that over taking down the play with the sniper rifle. Smart play to now re-establish top control, and this is where they're going to be dangerous. That bottom hill, when you have that sword control, you can control those respawns and rotate. But it could be a big kill here, and look at that sword spawn coming in as well. All of a sudden, things are looking good, but if you don't lock down that sword spawn, it puts a lot of pressure onto the rest of the players to pick up kills in difficult positions on the map, but the overshield might well help you do that. Shadys, he gets taken down by a beautiful force shot there.
It was looking so good right there, you know, for Phelan. They had all of the opportunities ahead of them, but they didn't have the custom, and that's the problem that we've been seeing. Revive, every single time that they're on their back foot, someone ends up clutching it, and this time it was Prophet. He had a fantastic game number 2. Now he's just going to stack the sniper rifle. Curious to see if he's going to call out to one of his teammates to try to take this one. It's pretty easy to take that player out if he doesn't have enough cover. No one was watching the main ramp. Maybe he should have been. He was trying to help his teammates as they were laying down shots across the map, but that bottom center spawn so popular when your teammates are over towards the top. Looked like they were split over towards gold as well. So one player going to drop on over towards R1. Shady's going to try to relocate with the sniper rifle. And I like this play because at this point, Onset, they're going to need someone to go on a spree. And it's not going to be Shady's, unfortunately, because Hercules just sitting in the open purple waiting with grenades.
They're going to scrap up a little bit of time as this hill will be moving in around 15 seconds as well. And why not put a little bit more pressure onto Phelan Gaming. They're the ones who have to turn this series around. They're the ones who are chasing the game at the moment. 125 to 34 the score. That custom power-up's going to be popping as well. Pretty much on the 9-minute mark, I believe, as well. So now you're seeing that hill move up to top. You're seeing that overshield being picked up, and once again, it's Revive Nation who managed to get hold of that overshield.
And
I think that's
full.
3 in a row now.
It's full every single time. No one's contesting it. No one's dropping down to throw a grenade or at least shoot a couple of times, and now you're going to potentially be looking at an overshield guy inside of the hill. This could be devastating. He does get rocketed, so fantastic job from Shady's there turning around, because that could have been ugly. He could have had rockets, sniper, overshield sitting inside the hill. That's the dream. O'Neal coming around the corner here. A couple players located over towards top gold. Someone has to rotate, though.
I love that push because he picked up the rockets and he saw those players come off respawn, and they didn't see him.
No, not at all.
So after hitting that headshot, he got aggressive and decided to push it out. A little bit surprised to see his teammates didn't rotate back. Maybe a little bit quicker towards the lobby, towards the hill. He's the one with the power weapons. He's going to be dropping here, and the Warrior O'Neal once again showing you can whip that sensitivity around quicker as you like and manage to escape in other situations that other players might not have. And I thought Jeremiah wanted to play, but hey, Motley Crue's here as well.
Motley Crue, they play Halo? I had no idea.
Dude, they're Pretty sick.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, honestly.
Guys on a hog
Prophet
something.
always has a weapon. Every single time I look at this guy, he has the rockets, the sniper rifle, he's picking up custom, anything. And he needs to watch out because that melee is going to take him down to no shields. So he has to just regain composure here, regain his shields as well, as other players from Phelan have made their way on over towards the hill. It seems like they're starting to move a little faster on the Phelan side, probably recognizing that this series is getting out of hand. They need to pull something out, and they need to do it quickly. Warrior O'Neal inside the hill, living just for a second. Is Beatley going to come and help clean that one up? Prophet now just laying down some BR shots. Still has a rocket in his back pocket if he wants to elect to try to shoot that one. That one's going to go over towards R1, but it's not going to connect. And I love this flood on over towards the close side. 3 people overall, but Warrior O'Neal with a nade and a beatdown, saying, no, 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 guys, I'm going to milk this last only 2 seconds is what they get for that. And now the big thing is what's up with that custom?
And that's 4 in a row now for Revive.
4 custom power-ups in a row. Not acceptable for Phelan Gaming. If you say, hey, why did we lose this game? Go back and just look at the custom power-up. It started with not allowing this guy, I forgot who it was, but someone on Revive ended up getting full overshield when they shouldn't have, and it kind of snowballed out of control from there. So definitely something to go back and look at, something that you can easily fix.
Revive with the game in their hands at the moment, 166 and climbing. And again, they seem to just be so dominant on this bottom hill. They're doing a great job of picking up that first kill in the team fight and then using that numbers advantage, but not overextended towards the streets as well. One thing I like about them is they're trying to force spawns either in basement or towards back gold, keeping the players as far away from the hill as possible. It sounds stupid, it sounds obvious, but sometimes players get so hungry for kills, they push those areas of the map where they don't need to. You just have to hold a team away from the hill. You don't win by kills on this map. You win by racking up kill time.
This is such a smart play by Arbiter, because now he can flank the rockets that are coming up here, and they're popping up right about now. So they're going to have a grenade that flies on over towards the close side. That's going to be probably Shady's grabbing those rockets, and he's going to do the, ooh, almost gets the boost jump on over towards close, which would have been nice, but he would have been probably taken down to no shields here. He's going to lift up, sees the player over towards the close street, does get hit with a grenade, somehow living through this, and Warrior O'Neal's going to be taken out. Prophet getting the better of him right there, and sees one player down, located towards T2. That's going to be Prophet. Reloads the rockets, going to have to drop on the hill guy here very soon. Has help as well. Now it's time to get right back up top immediately with these rockets, because Arbiter has the sniper rifle and not sure exactly where he is. Looks like he's either close street or R2. So dangerous lift up here. It is going to connect with 1 rocket, but 3 kills for 4 rockets, not too bad. However, you need to be playing Perfect Halo at this point with only 50 more seconds to go for Revive Nation, and shots like that from Hercules is not going to help the case.
Yeah, Hill moving towards the open side now, as you can see, and I just wonder who's going to pick up the overshield. Silly me. Why would I even question it at this point, Tom? That's 5 in a row for overshields. That is 2 layers of extra shield, and that is just making their life so much easier. I mean, initially in the first couple, you can say, yeah, you know, maybe they lost the battle down low. They know exactly when the time is, but they just haven't been anywhere near these last 3 overshields at least, and it's just meaning that they have now complete and utter top control. They're going to have to lift up. So much damage done with 1 grenade, and this is just going to be easy pickings. Revive Nation. 225 and rising. The last player alive is going to be caught back gold as well, and here comes Beatley just to finish off that player.
And that was because of the overshield. It's all because of the overshield. He comes up, gets the 2-shot beatdown on Shady's, and he still has overshield after that. Plus he picks up a grenade off of his body, so that's just big plays coming out from Beatley and the rest of the Revive Nation team. Everyone in position. They're stuck on over towards this open side. Well, that's fine, because we only need 13 seconds here, so he's going to fly on over towards gold and try to get his teammates to spawn over there so they can just lift up and try to keep these guys out. And based on what we've seen, they're going to get this either on this hill or the bottom center hill, and I've been so impressed with what you were talking about with their bottom center setups. It makes me wonder if Phelan just doesn't know how to push that and how to regain control, because it seems like they're struggling to come up the main ramp and just go up into the lifts, because if someone's milking the bottom center hill, you don't have to get them out immediately. If you're stuck bottom center, just go lift up top, get sword, give them 10 to 15 seconds, and then you can drop on those guys. And I don't think we saw that much from Phelan, unfortunately, as now Hercules has made his way over towards the open side, and they're not going to be able to win off this hill, but they should get pretty damn close.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get pretty close, as you say. They'll only be around 4 seconds, excuse me, away, but it wouldn't surprise me as well if they pick up another overshield on their way towards victory. Prophet with a beatdown, but there was actually a player dressed in blue down in the basement. And yes, you did it, Phelan. You managed to get an overshield. Unfortunately for you, it's gonna make things a little bit, you know,
it's going to delay
extend
the
the
process.
game, exactly, but it's just not going to be enough. But at least they got one, Tom. Hey, constant improvement is what we want, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising what that can do for you, but all 4 players going to drop down and just completely melt that overshield. And there it is, Prophet there with the lean back. He had the most kills and least deaths in the previous game. This game, he has the most hill time for his team, and got to give credit where credit's due. Fantastic, fantastic game from the Revive boys. Solid gameplay overall, and curious to see what Prophet's kills and deaths were, because he had the most hill time as well, and he had a fantastic 17 kill 4 death game number 2. And there it is, 96 seconds
most
in the
hill time
hill
as well.
Most hill time, most kills on his team, second most assists, least deaths. Really great play coming out, and you just got to give it to him, man. Prophet, someone to watch out for in the rest of the tournament.
And if I'm not mistaken, MC versus Arbiter's service tag there. That means I want a grand final. That's what that means, Tom. 100%, right? I want a grand final. I want to get in a grand final. That's what it means, probably, right? Okay. Anyway, let's look at the series. 5-1, 50-41, and 252-111. All the ones going in the favor of Revive. Incredible stuff from them. Revive Nation looking extremely good. And, I mean, teamwork-wise, you have to say that that was one of the strongest performances we've seen today.
Yeah, that was great teamwork and just great individual play. There was numerous times where somebody on the other side, though, on Phelan would end up having a bad game, and talk about this pretty frequently, that you have 4 players on the team, there's 5 games to be played. If everyone takes their turn having a bad game, you never win a series ever. So it's important for everyone to be consistent, not to drop the ball, and really just got to control that custom power-up. And it started very early in this game with the control. They had the time down. You would figure that the guys on Phelan would know when it was, but they never were in the correct positions, and these guys did their best to try to get them out of the spots top center, try to get them out of the hill, but nobody ever dropped down and contested that overshield down towards the close skinny.
And you can see here how effective the overshield can be, especially, you don't really need an overshield to pick up a back smack like that, but managed to get the trade on the Rockets afterwards as well. Warrior O'Neal again doing what he could to at least keep the kills in contention for his team, keep it close as far as Slades are concerned. But
right there when he got that double kill, though,
he
needs to back off to get the hill time, because it seems like you're doing it all and you're racking up those kills, but you're down by like 50 seconds, over a minute at least. So rotating in that hill can do so many things and cause a domino effect. You don't know if you get in the hill, if next thing you know someone else is desperately lifting up trying to get you off, or they start throwing their grenades and wasting the grenades. Obviously what they did there by overslaying didn't work, so someone needs to go in there, sacrifice their life, go and start milking the hill time. And you just got to give it to the guys on Revive. They played so well in terms of control. I use the word patience again because that's just how they were. They were very methodical. They picked them apart. They waited for mistakes to happen. And they were very objective efficient as well, which you love to see.
Well, that is going to do it all for that particular series. But we're going to go for a quick break now. We've got more action to bring you, though. Don't go anywhere. I believe our next game is going to be Stash Gaming taking on Demonica. We'll see you in just a few.